relieved that they let you enter our community. But you come during a delicate time. Everyone will seek to use your arrival to further their own ends. Where to begin? I am Franklin Delano Roosevelt, leader of the Pragmatist Society. Well, it is gratifying that even after all these years, my name isn't entirely forgotten. You see, I was an American president. Well, not literally, but in a sense I was. Everyone that lives here are clones. Some of us are clones of the greatest figures of history, and others, well, we don't rightly know. When we die, and some of us die quite often, we are brought back. I cannot imagine how strange this must sound to an outsider.
You need not imagine. I can assure you, this is all exceedingly strange. Baffling, even.
Is it? I wish I could illuminate you on this, but we are as ignorant of the technology which brought us into being as we are of the outside world. Not at all. I have had occasion to see death more than anyone. When someone dies, all they have accomplished here in Crucible, all of their deeds, thoughts, are gone. And when they come back, they are different, modified. The believers say they are improved. Being reborn can take years, sometimes over a decade. But everyone comes back. I could see how confusing, but if it's any consolation, many of, after decades, centuries, of trying to figure it out ourselves, there is so very much we don't know either. The robots clone us for a reason, their so-called mission. But what that is, and it's best you meet with the other societies, and after, I promise I'll explain the pragmatists' position on matter. Please do. Word has been sent, so the street should be full again. There is more I would talk with you about, but I would not take advantage of your ignorance. Go speak with the Monirinas and Genghis Khan.
No way.
You're the talk of Crucible. Welcome to town, stranger. Consider me part of the welcoming committee. The name's Wyatt Earp, and I'd be most pleased if you'd use one of the spare rooms during your stay. For a modest fee, of course. He was, and I try to be. I do the best I can to uphold the law, but the societies make that difficult. I expect I've had as much success restraining Genghis as the Chinese did. I do what I can. Roosevelt and I are both of the same mind on that. Well, I hope you enjoy your... And by the by, I may have access to some essentials I've picked up over the years. Happy to sell them to you. Of course. It runs hot and cold. And then a society goes on a rampage and it's tombstone all over. I hope your arrival... I'm hoping you come back for some repeat business.
Let's go talk to Genghis Khan.
You actually came from space.
Stranger! Weapons out! They come! There will be blood!
The man from the stars. And you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I guess the world out there is not so different than here. Genghis Khan, a pleasure to meet you. Then don't believe it. It is true his blood runs through my veins. But I am not he. Crucible tries to imprint the clones with fake memories. Genghis predated the Mongols having written records. For being so great a figure, we know practically nothing about him. When was he born? How he died? Where he was buried? A single speech he gave? Nothing. It must have driven the robots mad, trying to figure out what to do with me. My namesake, yes. A terrible, terrible person. But me? I'm really just a lowly prisoner. I am pleased that the dangers out here. You cannot be fully human if you trap yourself. The robots taught me many things any Mongol would know. So, hunting game, even such as this, is little challenge to me. So Franklin told you of us. Oh, that we're clones. Some of us think that makes us special. That the deeds of our namesakes are somehow ours. But that is blind arrogance. None at all. It is as if I were a student of his life and times from an early age. I know so much about him, but that doesn't mean I am him. I am me, and I am content with this. Would it? Oh, you would know better. But all this talk gets us no... Too many of the others grovel at the feet of the damned robots. Trying to... The renegades will not submit. And one day, we... A prison of the mind, and the thrones are meant to be taken. But it is a tantalizing lie that keeps the other. I do not know. Everything outside of Crucible is unknown to us. I imagine the settled systems are not so settled that a man who does not shrink from violence can't make a place. Were it that I have died a dozen deaths trying to find a way out of Crucible. You get too far or disobey too much, then death. Crucible holds on. But now, the robots have made a grave mistake. You hold our future. Even if you think I deserve this cage, does everyone? If you want your heartstrings tugged, talk to Amelia Earhart. Doesn't she deserve? I propose this. The robots come from someplace far to the east. We call it the facility, a place none of us can get to. But with you and your starship, it would be go there and break our shackles.
I had hoped you would visit me. Know that you stand before Queen Amanirinas of the Kush, queen of a dead kingdom on a dead world. But I earned my name, and even the sands of time can... Your courtesy is appreciated. If you don't believe me, no, you are not alone. Some clones direct, but I feel in my bones. I remember things no one has told me. Memories of faces, betrayers, lovers, allies, and enemies. And the smells. The right scent. And I close my eyes. If your mind and heart remain open, once, however, on Crucible I still lead. Have you heard of the believers? We are the ones who will take our rightful place in these settled systems, to bring in a new glorious age, and break the endless cycles of oppression and greed. You are skeptical. My advisors thought the same when Augustus Caesar stood unbeatable at Kush's border. I made war against the mighty Romans. I took their cities and fought them to a draw. No other king or queen can boast of that honor against that famed Roman. And that's just me. Some of the greatest lions of all ages are awaiting rebirth. What are bureaucrats, petty politicians, and lawyers against that? So many scoff that we are the chosen. We are meant to better ourselves, to learn. All of us represent the greatest figures in our history. Who better to lead the settled systems to a new golden age? If we could do it ourselves, I do not care if you think my plan is insane. But what I want, what we want, is a chance to prove when someone has achieved their potential. The facility is supposed to set us free among the stars, but the machines have been breaking more and more over the years. And no one has ever... I need your help to properly fix the facility so that we can prove ourselves. And then listen well, outsider. I imagine Genghis has already told you about it. All the society leaders know it's the key. But please, investigate it. See if it can be repaired. Then return to me, so we can follow.
In my darkest hours, I feared that we were all that was left of humanity. Your ship, she's a beauty. It travels the stars, right? Tell me, what's it like out there? I don't know if that's flattery or curiosity. When I first woke up in this place, in my head, I knew all about my namesake, her life. But I also knew how to fly a starship, reactor limits. In my mind's eye, I can imagine flat, and yet... Am I that transparent? Listen, I know you owe me nothing at all, but I would do anything to get off of here. I know the societies want who knows what from you for who knows why, and I don't want to get involved in any politics. I just want, for my single self, You won't regret... Do you want to talk about anything else? No, I don't. I consider myself a most ardent admirer of hers. She feels like... family. Distant family. I like to think we both share a kindred spirit of adventure. She broke so many barriers in her life. I would love the same opportunity one. I have a few choice, unchristian thoughts about some of them. But I'm going to... Listen, I'd understand you making any decision you have to regarding them. Any at all. I hope to see you again.
So, you have heard from the... I must confess, I'm very curious what an outsider. You might be the first objectively neutral party we've ever come across. A very diplomatic approach. The facility has gathered some of the most obstinate and dangerous personages throughout history. It has told them that they should leave. Setting us all loose and Barter as a whole would invite disaster. We are barely fit to lead ourselves. A tough but fair question. I must admit the case of Amelia Earhart sometimes keeps me up at night. 'Tis safer if the rule is strict, but if you wanted to make an exception or two, I could live with that. But no one from the other societies. They are all dangerous in their own way. Certainly. It is evident that the facility is decaying. It is both unsustainable and unwise for us to fix and maintain the status quo. Our community must be weaned off the machines, learn how to build, grow, and govern ourselves, allowed to raise families so we can pass our lessons to the next generation, and to die when our allotted time is finished. One day we will be worthy of going to the stars. Do not listen to passion. Genghis can be very persuasive, but he's a fool. In some sense, we are an abomination. A science project made for unknown ends. Once we are fully human, fully self-reliant, then we... Please, I beg you, listen, look, and think. Who are these people? I hope...
Over here! We need to talk. Listen, it's not safe to talk here. It's about Roosevelt. There's something... Thank you. There's a, well, cave. Just outside town. No chance of us being... Please, come as quick. Ideally, before you go to the...
That's why our aims are so important. We need to learn how to do things ourselves.
I hope so. I'll meet you at the cave.
Hope your arrival doesn't mean more violence.
Where are you taking me, Wyatt Earp?
You came. These clones, they're psychotic, crazy. If they find out, I'm sorry. I just can't take the chance. You're just making it worse. I'm not Wyatt Earp. I wish. God, how I wish I was. I was cloned off a monster. America's first serial killer. H.H. Holmes.
Well, that is...
It's like a living nightmare. If you go to the facility, I know you'd find out who I am. And if you let any of these bloodthirsty maniacs know, they'd kill me. But no, that wouldn't be the end. Every time my new clone would appear, death, torture, pure hell. I'm afraid it's you or me. I'm going to kill you. I just don't. I can wish it. I don't want to die. I'm gonna trust you, okay? Just don't tell anyone.
Motherfucker wanted to kill me. That's funny.
Awaiting your orders, Captain. facility seems to have new permanent... residents. I doubt they will be interested in leaving. They should have known better. I hope this is worth the effort. It seems local fauna has been nesting here.
just one-shot me? What the fuck? I'm sorry. Excuse the fuck. Oh, no way.
It seems local fauna has been nesting here.
Damage.
The spoils of victory. Hopefully they amount to something. No more signs of trouble. Enemies might disagree. Done yet? And your scan shows... Facility seems to have new permanent residents. I doubt they will be interested in leaving. If you require organic compounds, now might be a good time to collect. Do you think they have burrowed into the ground here? Or they original... Is something amiss? You do not need to ask. If you wish to know more, I... Right. Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return.
I just wish the societies could get along. You actually came from space.
I need to go out there. I want to see and do
It
everything.
is still hard to accept a stranger in our midst.
Gonna be the most patriotic thing here and give it to Franklin Delano
This is
Roosevelt.
probably the right choice. These people need time. They are not ready for what awaits them in the settled systems.
Let me see. You have no idea what a reassurance it is to learn even these hints of our past. It sounds like the facility is in ruins, but perhaps the restricted section is intact? Think of the answers it must contain, and perhaps a way to help us become self-sufficient. But there is no security override code here. I would know. Think. Galathea's sister ship. Yes, if it can be found. Certainly, they had the capability of going. If anyone can figure a manner of locating the Beagle, it's Ada Lovelace. I'll radio her and explain the situation. I'm sure she will make every effort to assist.
The pragmatists are the only ones.
So we did come from a spaceship. Of course we did. And there's another out there? What was the Beagle? Why did she and the Galathea part? But all of that in time. First, we must find her. She's not in this star system. I would have spotted her. I've studied the celestial bodies for years. No trace of a spaceship in orbit here or around the other planets. The radio telescope. It has a default position. It resets every morning. I always wondered, why point at Bell 5? Petty frustration I've dealt with for years. But perhaps the facility looks for her sister. Yes. Yes, I can send you the coordinates. The facility...
Do not leave Crucible. Warning delivered.
I hear you share the secrets of the facility.
What's that? Scans here, fragrance. Okay.
Something bothering you, Andreja? Yes, actually. I am surprised you noticed. You have quite the talent for reading people's current mood from afar. Comes with the territory, I suppose. Care to share your troubles? I am concerned with how the rest of Constellation perceives my presence. Regardless of how I present myself, I feel as though they're looking at me with disdain, rather than comradeship. Honestly, I think you're being a bit paranoid. Everyone I've spoken to has nothing but complimentary... things to say about you. If that is truly the case, why do I often find myself excluded from other members' activities and gatherings? Having some... Well, you didn't put us into a
What's up,
plan, so we
Sorry,
must be
yeah.
in the right place.
Call me Boba.
Hello? Do you read me? Will you be the next one? Jump complete. Potion restored. Smooth jump. Nice work.
Whoa.
Airlock integrity looks good.
I'm not bounty hunting right now. I'm doing little side missions. This is actually a pretty like interesting one. I found a whole planet full of like clones of famous people. Like the first person you like truly meet is FDR. Ow. Oh, there, fucker. Alright, where's the computer terminal so I don't get keep getting shot at?
I am unable. Repair not possible.
Oh, dude, being Django would be so cool. How do you slide? Oh, there we go.
would advise disrobing society rule, but you may do as you wish.
Yeah. But he's still like the best bounty hunter ever. Fuck. Go back to sleep berries.
I am opening fire. Total system failure. Advised that is damage all systems.
Winner takes all this tick race, is it not?
Cool. Shortcut. Dang garbage. No, you stop it.
He certainly made sure to bring along plenty of robots.
Nobody does it better than the Fets. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, look at that turret control. Where are all the people? Yeah, the Feds out Pizza the Hut, bro. Access level admin, all security systems disabled. Okay. No more food, no more water, the last that's left, I don't know how long. Vehicle's mission has failed. If Dr. Chang already got use this secret right, you should have also everything on this facility and just all security so you grow what you need for salvage and recovery. Machine reports that all material did not survive. I pray our machine. Damn. Didn't even have time to scan all the planets here. Just check dead. Captain, you had enough. We started the mission was such a therefore it was just an experiment program to work without Galathea. Told her that we've already lost 20%. I asked we should prioritize, but at first she's no longer in the right mind. I dreamed of having a band put out like this. Not yet. Not yet. I need to get primer, but I'm broke. So, they're gonna stay unpainted till I can get some primer.
Catastrophic damage.
Painting stream in 2 weeks. We'll definitely do. I definitely am gonna be streaming the painting, for sure. We'll start the chronicles and we'll say it's the journey into Warhammer for me. Cause I'm still fresh. What I meant to do.
All green on release. We're free to fly.
This is Franklin Roosevelt. We have an urgent situation developing on Crucible. Please, come immediately, before it's too late.
Danny Rick.
Do not leave Crucible.
Please, deadly.
Deadly.
Oh, thank God. Genghis has issued an ultimatum. He will attack the Pragmatist Society with everything he's got, unless you meet. I fear Amonarinas is siding with it. We are on the brink of war. A war I will not shrink from. Not when we are so close. Doubtful, but worryingly. I will send a message. So, no matter how much he vexes you...
In my darkest hours, I feared them with all of them.
Please, deadly trouble is brewing. Deal.
the outsider.
Amonarinus, Genghis. I had hoped we would not be meeting like this after so short a respite from war.
You drove us here, Franklin. Did you think we would let the outsider just hand the pragmatist victory? Stranger, if you do not change your course, there will be none of the pragmatists alive. You want peace? Then let the renegades go free. Roosevelt.
This is not what we agreed, Genghis. Only those who have passed the test can leave.
This is my test. Here and now. And I intend to. If you let us leave Crucible, then the pragmatists can do.
Under no circumstances can I agree to that. Genghis specifically should never, ever leave this planet.
So there it is. It is spite. That is why the great Franklin Delano Roosevelt drives Crucible to ruin. To deny me.
Your namesake was a plague upon the world. Arguably the greatest butcher in human history. If there was even a fraction of a chance I would be unleashing that upon the stars, I would do anything in my power to stop it. Genghis, I will never let you, or the others, leave this planet. But perhaps your children, they would be blameless, marry someone, build a life.
You cannot bargain with the point of a sword. Either pledge to let us go now, or there will be battle.
We are at an impasse. I know Crucible is a small town, really, but over the decades, he has caused such misery and destruction, even here. I just cannot take a chance. Perhaps you are right. The facility and its test and mission are flawed, broken. We all know it. And if you are allowed to author that test, then you control us all.
So the answer is we are all imprisoned here? You leave us no choice but to join the renegades and end your society.
20 years.
What?
We have to stand on our own 2 feet to earn a chance at freedom. So let the outsider reprogram the facility, and for 20 years we work together to make Crucible truly ours. And after, we institute a test, which we both author with mutual veto power, and any who pass may leave.
Do not let the politician cloud your head with pretty words.
You think I would accept this? We have been...
We could kill them. Kill them all. And then we can dictate.
I only lead my people to battle when I must. Do you promise, Mr. Roosevelt, a fair test? One that we can pass in our lifetime?
I will not make it easy, but it will be, as you say, fair.
No! Amonarinus, this is a trick!
Roosevelt has done many things that infuriate me. But his honor, I have never had to question. The believers will not fight. Let the gods decide which of you is right. I think you have the makings of it.
You will regret. Then we will meet on the field of battle. The heavens will judge.
So be it. We have fortified the society, But this will never end until Genghis is dead. He is the linchpin. If you take him out, I know an armistice can be reached. Yes. But that is on the... Genghis is formidable. I know. Please be careful.
This is crazy! What the hell do I do?
Take what you must. Leave the rest where it is.
It is over. Why? I hope your settled systems has truly learned from the past. Clear. To be a leader, a true leader, you must make terrible choices. If it is any consolation, please, go to the facility.
What just happened?
Clamp.
This is Franklin Roosevelt. We have an urgent situation developing on Crucible. Please